everyone, and welcome to Con Amor, your therapist friend, the podcast that invites you to grab your cafecito and join us in conversation as we explore mental health topics in our Latina community and beyond, but we do it as friends. I'm your therapist friend, Nenia and Figueroa. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and with me is my beautiful therapist friend,
Sonia Guilfoos, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and we're back.
We're back.
We're
Hi.
back. And Nenia's back. I missed your face, Nenia. And we're
I
going to go
know.
straight in, right, with the New Year's resolutions.
We
So,
are. We're like halfway through January right now, but I heard this lady once. I was getting food and she was like, you pretend that you make resolutions, but you make them like in April. And then you pretend you have them, not really. Just kidding. No, but really, like I've also heard that resolutions, really starting them in right away into that later. Okay? Yeah,
yes, that's
no.
true. We talked about this before. Okay, so what should we need to get into, like, what are we drinking and what
Right.
warms your soul?
Yeah. So let's take our cafecito and share what has been feeling like caldito, right? Like what warms your soul. So Sonia,
Yeah.
what has been warming your soul lately?
Ooh, what's been warming my soul lately? Literally the sun. Because it's been cold and
It
any heat,
has
any
been.
little bit of sun I get, I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. But you know what's been warming my soul lately? You know that my daughter Hannah's back, right? I don't know if you know, but she's been back from college. So yeah, and so she's in going to La Sierra here now. So she's been back home.
That's so nice.
That is what's been warming my soul. I feel so happy with her being back. And then yesterday was her birthday. And today we are celebrating my baby who turned 22 yesterday. So, Nanya, that's really warming my soul. Yeah. Yeah. And I think as far as what I'm drinking, I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm drinking a Coke. I should be drinking a cafecito or water. I need to be drinking more water, but you know, actually, that's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions. Yeah, like replacing a Coke with something like water or tea, which gets us into that conversation,
Into
right?
that
But I'm
conversation.
sorry.
And well, hey, it's going to be a really good example for us to
It
use,
is. That's
actually,
an
right?
example. I didn't have a chance, and plus we're
Yeah,
recording at a little bit of a different time right now. So if it was morning, I'd have
right.
my coffee.
It's different. I mean, you're going to be drinking different stuff at different times of the day, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
So
All right.
how about you? Nenya, tell me what you're drinking and what's been warming your soul lately.
Yeah. Well, today I got to go and spend some time with my mom,
Mm.
and we stopped by a little coffee shop called Monday to Sunday.
Oh,
Um, it's a
where?
really, it's over, it's at this place called the Haven City Market
Oh, I've
here
heard of
in,
that.
yeah, and
Hmm.
so they have like the best looking pastries. I didn't get any this time,
Yeah.
but I'm coming back for sure because they looked amazing and they do a lot of matcha and like just coffee. And so I got
Sounds
myself a Spanish
amazing.
latte, which is
Mm.
tasting really, really good.
I
Little
like the
special
Spanish
treat.
ones or like the
Hmm.
mazapanes. Oh, the mazapan ones are my favorite.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're so good. Like a little bit of peanut. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what you're drinking.
That's what
Yummy.
I'm drinking. And what's been warming my heart is really, again, and I think I say this all the time, but that's just the honest truth here. My son Lucas is just such a ray of sunshine, and
Yes.
he is just always like making me smile, always wanting to make me laugh. And it's just I love him.
Yeah.
Even when he's trying to scare me to death, you know. He loves doing that, that brat.
Are
He
you
loves
serious? What a
scaring
boy.
me. I
What
know
a,
you had to. Yeah, loves to do
yeah.
it. Loves pretending like he's like he goes and he knocks on the door too, and he runs away and he's like, "Who's that?"
Oh,
Little jokester and prankster. I was like,
cute. What a fun little age,
yeah,
Nenya. I like to hear of Lucas. You talk about Lucas because he's a boy, and
It's
I
so
only have
different
girls,
for
and it's
me.
so different.
You have all girls,
I
and I
do.
always we're all sisters. It's all new for me too,
It is.
navigating something completely different.
Lucas is so beautiful, though, and you're gonna have to let him hear this episode because I still remember Lucas when I went, and he's like, "Here, put on these glasses for the
For the sun, for the
yeah."
eclipse.
But
Oh
he's
my
such a smart
gosh.
young
Mhm.
boy, He's so beautiful and so sweet, and our children always will warm our hearts, huh?
They will. Always warm our hearts, like, no matter what, so I am he does make me feel like a whole bowl of caldito right there.
That's a yummy big bowl, delicious bowl of yummy chicken, caldito with all the yummy
With the corn.
vegetables and with the no, what are the chickpeas? I love those.
Like, really? You do? Oh,
I
like
do. I
like the
love those.
hominy? Oh my
Yeah, not
gosh.
the hominy. No, they're like are they chickpeas? What are they? No, 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 no. Garbanzo beans.
Bonzo,
Is it
like, something
garbanzo
like that.
beans?
I don't know. Garbanzos. I don't know, I've
I
never
should
had
know.
a
I used to
caldo with
make the caldo de
garbanzos.
pollo a whole lot when I
Yeah.
first got with my husband.
It's honestly the best meal. It's a great meal. It's got
You know what I
everything
was
you need.
thinking of last time?
Mhm.
Speaking of calditos, I was thinking about the one meal that you made, and you're like, yeah, so easy. You can get creative. Like when you make a sopita, and everybody knows, like in our Latina community, what sopitas are. What? Like the
Right.
sopita de fideo y la sopita de
Like the
letras,
the
right?
gorditos, right?
And how you were talking about, like, you just add some ground beef and you add some other stuff and you could get really creative. I must be hungry, Nenia.
Oh, you must be, but that sounds delicious. I do love me a sopita with ground beef and potatoes. Oh my
Sounds delicious. I wonder,
yeah.
okay.
Con
Wow.
taquito. Okay, we're gonna stop talking about that thing.
Enough about food. Yeah,
Enough
I
about
am very
food.
hungry.
You're gonna need to go get some lunch
we're,
after this.
we're hungry. This feels so good. It feels so good to record with you again. So I think our listeners are really gonna appreciate this episode because we're talking about SMART goals. So what
Well,
is that? Oh yeah.
so first though,
See, see.
one of the things I think a good place to start, right? Because we're talking about resolutions versus goals. Skipping a little bit, right? um, talking about the difference between them first, because there is a difference between resolutions and goals, right?
Hmm.
So resolutions, we know them because what? Like every new year we're like, I have my New Year's resolutions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but resolutions are they're broad, right? Like, I'm gonna lose weight. That's a big one, right? What's another
Yes.
one?
Um, I'm going to work on my spirituality.
Right. Okay. Yeah. For some people, it's like, I'm gonna stop drinking as much.
Yes.
I'm gonna stop smoking
Um,
as much.
mhm.
Uh,
I'm gonna try exercising more.
there we go.
To do.
Try exercise. Like, there's so many, right? I'm gonna read more books.
I'm gonna read more
um,
books. Yeah.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
had that one
I'm
before.
gonna spend less. I'm gonna spend less this year.
This year. All of that, right? And so those are
Sorry.
resolutions.
Yeah.
But a lot of times those are kind of vague promises, right? And the reason why resolutions, what is it? What's that data that they have about when resolutions, like when people give them up? Do you remember that? By when are they
I
given
want
up?
to. Okay. I'm. Is it 2 weeks? Or is that way too
That
soon?
short? It's that short?
See, I read something, but you know what? I might be wrong. So please
You know,
don't
you
mark
could
my
be
words on
right.
this.
If you're remembering 2 weeks, that might
I
be
thought
right.
I saw that when they set the resolution by 2 weeks, it's like, it's a done deal.
They're done. It's over.
Yeah.
I think that's why
The
they
thought has
say,
left,
right. Is that why they say,
kind of.
like, just before you go to the gym in January, just give it a few weeks? Because, like, people, like, start going, like crazy initially, and then they,
Well,
like, slow it down.
yeah, I thought they said give it a few weeks because it's like it's going to be bombarded with a lot of like new people
Right.
coming in.
Mhm.
Yes. And
That's
then
why.
so you want to, oh, yes,
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, that's why they tell you, like, just wait a little bit or something because by then the resolutions are pretty much
That's so sad, right?
it
My
is,
gosh.
but there's a reason why.
Yes, there is, which is what we're having this episode for.
Exactly. So because they're so open and vague, and so when you tell yourself something huge, right? Like, I'm going to like whatever. And you're just kind of like it's almost like you're kind of swimming in with no direction, right?
Yeah, it
And
feels
so
good. Like you have
mhm,
a purpose and like you really want to accomplish something, but like you said,
you need a map, right?
yeah.
Like of some sort. And so that's where goals are different. So goals, if you do them right, they're going to be very specific. They're going to be very targeted too,
Hmm.
right?
Mhm.
Um, and so a resolution might say, I want to get strong and fit. Okay. A goal is going to say, I'm going to exercise X amount of times this week
Mhm.
and eat this much, maybe this much protein or something
Right.
every day,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
For the next few months, for the next 3 months,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, you're getting specific.
Very specific. And that's where we have what kind of goals, Sonia?
Da da da. Smart goals, my people. No, I'm just kidding. But SMART, S, it's an acronym, right? And the S stands for the first one, which is you want to make sure they're specific,
Okay,
right?
right. So what does that look like in a goal? So let's talk
Yeah.
about, let's use your soda. How about, oh my gosh, I'm going to put you
Let's
on the
use a
spot.
soda one.
I'll put you on the spot.
Yeah, put me on the spot.
Right. So you have to define very clearly what you want to have accomplished. Okay. What do
Okay.
you want to achieve?
I want to replace um one Coke with one either water or a tea during the day. Yeah.
Right. What's the specific one? I want to exercise. I want to eat more
Eat better.
vegetables, more
Eat more
protein.
vegetables, yeah.
Even eat better, you have to specify it, right? Like
Yeah.
it's about really seeing it, seeing what it's going to look like.
Mhm. I think, when you talk about having that map, I think that might help people, right? Like, be able to notice the difference between, oh, yeah, I have a resolution that's good, that I'm saying this and I want this. Oh, but then there's the goal, and I actually need a map so I can actually accomplish it. Right? I really like that.
You said that too, though, because it's like you can set the resolution and set goals according to that resolution, huh?
Mhm.
Like, it's like resolution is like up here,
An
and it's the
umbrella.
goal,
Uh-huh.
right? The
Yeah.
goals, and then the goals are very specific. You have step by steps, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
It's breaking it down, right? And a lot of people don't know, like, well, how do I break it down? How do I set a goal?
yeah, and so smart goals. So we did specific, right? What's the
Yeah.
next one?
Okay. So the next one, it has to be measurable, right? That's a big one, right? Again, if it's not measurable in 2 weeks, you're going to forget that thought's going to be gone and it's done because there was not a time limit. I mean, not time. We'll get to the time bound one
Right.
right now. But, um, it has to be measurable, right? How do you know? Oh, wait, hold on. I think I'm confusing them. I think I confused them for a moment. Measurable, it has to be like, how are you going to measure
Your
uh,
success,
your success, right?
right? So for you, for the soda, right? So
Yeah.
measurable is you are either increasing something or decreasing something by a certain amount,
Yes.
right?
So, I could say, at the end of the week, on Friday, I'm gonna measure if I how many Cokes I replaced. Did I replace 5 Cokes with a different either a water or a tea? I can do that.
right? And your goal would really be, and we always say, like, so this is actually something, by the way, that we use in therapy when we build treatment plans
Mhm.
and we create goals for the therapy sessions. We do this very often. So, like,
All the
so with
time, yeah.
Sonia, how many sodas are you wanting to replace with water or tea a week? And we always like, I know everyone's gonna want to be like, well, all of them, all of the sodas I want to replace with water.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the goal. That's definitely
Yeah.
like the outcome we might want. Maybe. I mean, you probably want a soda every once in a while, right? But like, start off small. So, Sonia, how many sodas are you going to want to? Well, how many times are you drinking soda right now?
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna put all my business out there, but I will say that I drink plenty of sodas throughout the day. So the goal is I want to only drink replace so it would be by the end of the week, I have to replace 5 sodas with water or tea. Yeah. Yes, there you go. So it's a little different. We're increasing, water intake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's say right now Sonia only drinks, and I'm not saying that this is what she does, right? But let's say Sonia drinks only 1 glass of water a day, right? And Sonia's like, I need more. So Sonia will increase her water intake from 1 glass a day to 3 times a day, to 3 glasses a day, right? Or let's say Sonia is drinking 10 cans of soda a day, right?
Yeah, which
Again,
that's not what I'm doing, guys.
grossly
Not
exaggerating. Yeah,
even.
I'm just trying to be silly. Um, 10 cans.
Yeah,
And Sonia's like, I will only drink 5 cans of soda a day.
there you go.
Right.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
you are either increasing something or decreasing something, but it has to be
Yes,
measurable where and if you were keeping a tally, you'd know, right?
yeah.
So
Thank
that's
you.
measurable. What's
Thank you for that, for wording it so nicely. Um, that's
next
very
one?
measurable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like how you said, as we move on to the next one, which is a attainable. You said like something, well, you're gonna want to drink all of them. You're gonna want to get rid of all of them, right? Like all the drinks. But is that really realistic, again, attainable or achievable? Which brings us to our next.
Achievable or attainable. And why? So there's a reason why we want to make sure that it is realistic, right? Because most likely, one, it's not going to happen like correctly, or you're not going to get it done 100% of the time right away. That's just the truth,
Hmm.
right? And
Right.
you have to be graceful with yourself about that because, it's not going to happen perfectly. And also, if you are setting unrealistic goals, what happens when they're unrealistic, Sonia?
You end up very kind of disappointed, very discouraged, right? Because you didn't meet the goal, and it almost makes you not want to set goals again in the future.
Because it sucks, right? When you, like,
Yeah.
don't reach it, like, you're just like, "Oh," it's a really icky feeling of, like,
Yeah,
maybe
and it happens
failure.
to so many people, right? Where it's like, I'm trying to do this, and why does it always fall through? And this is a big one. It's like, learning how to do it.
Exactly. And so then the next part of the SMART goal, so we've been through specific, measurable, achievable. We're in the R part of this, relevant.
Mhm. Yes.
So, um, you have to make sure that the goal aligns with what you are wanting to achieve in your life, what's important to you, things that matter, you
Right.
know?
Right.
Might take a little soul searching, huh? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what I like that one, soul searching, because it's like, what am I setting? What am I really wanting to do? Like you said, resolutions sound very nice. right? But is it really, it's more getting into the action, right? So I think you're absolutely right on it, Nenya, where you say it takes a little bit more soul searching and like exploring and again creating this map. Mhm. That's a good one. And I'm wondering if it's because sometimes there's goals that people set because it's other people imposing it on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Some people might be trying to tell you, you need to do this more or you need to do less of this. But again, if you're not invested in it, if it's not something that you really feel is important to you, you're not going to do it. Like that's just the reality. We're more inclined to do things that really matter to us and that we connect with as opposed
What's a
to
good
like the
example
other
of that?
people.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Um Honestly, think like even the one that everybody like really goes for, like the losing weight one.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
people might be telling you like you need to lose weight. It's none of their business, right? It's your business,
And that
but
person might feel very happy and very comfortable, like, within themselves and with their skin, but it's what society and everybody else is saying. But yeah,
exactly. And so they have to really be okay with if they're like, "Oh, well, everyone's saying I have to lose weight, maybe I should." But if it's really not that important to you, um, it's not
it's
really
gonna be
gonna
harder to
happen.
achieve.
Right. It's
Yeah,
gonna be harder to
because 'cause you're not
achieve.
as invested.
Mhm. Yeah, I think every single thing that we think we have to do, right? Even and I'm gonna say this just because we also have to consider this. Even if someone doesn't like if someone doesn't think that something they're doing is unhealthy, right? Like even if we everybody else is like, "Oh, that's really unhealthy," like smoking, like
Yeah,
drinking, like all of that stuff, right?
right.
If it does not align with what you want for yourself, regardless of how healthy, unhealthy it is, like it's you who are who is designing these goals, right?
I love
And
that. That's so
so,
important, Ninya.
yeah, because that's the beauty of it. You get to decide at this point what it is
That
that
feels so
you
refreshing to hear that. It is a reality, but I think we do get caught up in um doing things for other, like you said, oh, I guess I have to lose weight or I have to find a hobby or I have to,
find a
I don't
hobby,
know, or I
right?
have to drink less soda even though it gives me energy and I'm like, ooh, I can accomplish a bunch of just kidding. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, I think it has to be relevant, right? Yeah.
I think so. It just has to be something that's really important to you because that's how you end up actually wanting to work toward it. It's so important to you that you're like, I'm not going to let this go by the wayside, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the last part of the SMART goals is time bound. So you you give yourself a time limit, right?
Yeah.
Or a certain amount of time, not to get it 100% right, right?
Right.
But to
But
meet
even to
that
check in.
initial goal. Uh-huh. To
Mm.
meet that initial goal. So I don't know,
Hmm.
like in therapy, right, Sonia? Like
Yeah.
we set a goal like increasing, I don't know, positive communication, right? Let's say that from one time a day to two times a day.
Hmm.
After a certain amount of time, we check in and we say, did you meet it?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're talking or communicating positively two times a day?
Hmm.
And then we can, if we say yes, we did, then we go ahead and we redo the goal. And we might say, okay, now it's from two times a day to five times a day,
Yeah.
right? Or something like that.
Yeah. So the importance is also like the keep checking in, right? But making sure you give yourself a time. Okay. So for example, right? We'll take my soda thing. By the end of the week, I'm going to see if I did it. And then I want to keep that up for a month, right? And so I'll check in every time. And if one week I didn't accomplish it, then I might have to adjust a little bit like, "Ooh, I gotta get a little bit more serious about this." Right? Which is the time frame is really good to check in because When it's a resolution, there's no time. It's not really time bound, right? It's just a really nice thought, want, to desire.
The time limit
So
is December 31st of that following year.
that's sad, yeah. Oh my gosh, seriously, because people get to it and they're like, "Dang, am I gonna do another New Year's resolution? Ooh, I didn't even
Mhm.
accomplish the one I
You're like, "Oh,
set."
what did I set? What did I even set for
What?
this time around?"
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. I love that we're talking about this and moving it from, like, resolutions to actual smart goals.
Yeah. And I think
Mhm,
this is just one little map of how you can um, start to achieve your goals step by step, right? Be very specific,
mhm,
be very thorough in what you want it to look like. I would
yes.
even go as far as saying, um, think about, put yourself in that position for a moment of what it would look like. What would you be doing if you had achieved this goal? You know, what would you be doing? What would you look like? What would you be wearing? What would you be, where would you be? You know, even go as far as smells, tastes, like anything like that,
That is so powerful.
right? To make it very real and attainable.
There you go.
When they say, isn't that's something like people say, like, it's so close to me, I can't even smell it, you
I
know?
can smell it, I can feel it, I can touch it. Yes, I
Hmm.
like that. You're talking about incorporating, like, the visualization. The power of that is it's very, very powerful, right? When you start incorporating the senses.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
When you
because
start
then your body
incorporating
follows.
exactly. If it follows what you have programmed it to feel familiar. So, and it knows, "Oh, this is the right spot." The way I kinda see it is like, I don't know, like, there's this ride at Disneyland. A lot of
Mhm.
them are like this, actually. They don't have tracks anymore. It's just magnetic, like, right?
Yeah,
And, like, the car knows where to go because it senses the magnet, and so it's like, "Whoop," and it just kind of follows along. It's the same way when you're setting SMART goals like this, you don't see that you're like, your body's just gonna know exactly where to go,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I love
It's
that because the brain. That's
exactly.
again with visualization, right? You're feeding it that, and then it will know exactly where to go. It will
Mhm.
continue.
Right, you've trained it that way, and then the more that you continue to train it, the more likely that your brain is gonna follow, right? And that your body's gonna follow. And so that's just one way, and I'm sure there are many different ways of setting goals, but it's one that you and I, Sonia, we use all the time in the
We
work that
use
we
it all
do.
the time. Yeah, as therapists,
Mhm.
we have to measure progress, right? And that's how we determine whether we graduate a patient or if we change goals and stuff like that. Um,
Exactly. And so
so
one more thing though.
yeah,
So we talk about goals and resolutions, and I think those are really good, for everyone to have. However, I know that in today's culture, we are often fed that belief that we need to constantly be improving ourselves, doing something new, doing more, right? What if the goal can also just be that you're just going to stand still for a moment? You know, check in with yourself, get to know yourself. Um, Sometimes when we're doing too much, trying to get too much done, we also forget about us and who we are,
mhm,
right? Which is
yeah,
also a big part of growth is also getting to know yourself.
yeah.
And
I
so, yeah, sitting
I
still.
think that's such a great reminder, Nenya, because it's a good goal. It's a goal. It reminds me of like Winnie the Pooh where somebody says like doing nothing is something,
Oh, yeah.
right? And you're right. We can get caught up with like the hustle and bustle and like what's next, but I know for me, that's one of the things, right, where it's like, oh, I have to make it a goal to stay still, to be quiet, to otherwise I want to go, go, go. So, um, goals can be to slow down too,
Yeah.
right?
They
I love
really
that.
can. They really can. Especially for those of us who have a really hard time staying still and resting. We've talked about it before, right? In a previous episode, Sonia, about how rest is revolutionary. Rest is an act of resistance, right?
Yeah. I think
Mhm.
that's the one where I may have brought up the Winnie the Pooh.
Did you?
I don't know who
Yeah.
says it, but it was like, yeah, sometimes whenever I get depressed and I go through some of these stages, and I know that my body needs to rest, and sometimes it's a full day or a couple of days. I always think of that, and I'm reminded, like, yeah, I'm doing something right now, even though I'm doing absolutely nothing but like laying in my bed and resting and recharging. It still is something. So those are really good goals to set too, people.
Yeah. It's good to
Yeah.
set the goal of just maybe not setting a goal, right? Maybe
Right.
just being still and resting your body because it needs it, right? And so, yeah, that's that's our take on goals, guys. I
Yeah.
want to know what everyone else thinks though. Like I would love to hear from people as far as what they think about goals and how they set their goals and success
Right.
stories. Like this is how I got successful in like setting and achieving my
Yeah.
goal, you
Let
know?
us know. Yeah, let us know because we want to hear back from you guys, right? There was something else that I wanted to say and it kind of left my mind. Yes, about the goals, how people are setting goals. Just reminded me of this map. But as you were talking about these SMART goals and the visualization, you know what it reminded me of? The vision boards that so many people are doing. And it is a way, it's like a map. Also, it's like it stays in your brain. And so naturally, you kind of just follow, right? It's like calling you.
Everyday. Yeah. Vision boards are great, I think, because you can see them.
Yeah.
Right, you can see them there, and if you wanna keep them in a place, which you probably should keep them in a
Mm-hmm.
place that you see them all the time. They're a daily reminder, you know? That's why a lot of people love to also practice, like, putting, like, positive quotes on their mirror, like, on their bathroom mirror every day, or,
Mm-hmm. It does. It's amazing how that works. It's amazing how our brains work. Our brains are very powerful. So I love that. I hope you guys, our listeners, really enjoyed this, and hopefully, it'll encourage you to be more specific with your goals. Resolutions are great, but like really getting more into action and having success with
Mhm.
it. So,
Absolutely.
what a
So,
great topic, Nenia.
yeah, we wish you all, the best of luck and
Yes.
sending all the positive prayers, so that for everyone to meet their goals this year,
Yeah.
whatever they may look like. You've
Yeah.
got this. You've got a whole you've got two gals right here who are rooting for you
We're cheering you guys
every step of
on,
the way.
right? Yeah, go back
Yeah,
and listen, write it down, take it down. Write down your S, be specific, write down measurable, okay, and you'll see it makes a big difference.
absolutely. It will make a big, big difference. So don't forget though to use your SMART goals. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you
Mm.
guys for tuning in. It felt so good to record again starting in the new year. And we don't forget to subscribe,
Yes,
right?
please review. Make sure you review. Give
Hmm.
us the stars you think we deserve,
Yes,
and
we
leave
have
us a
some,
little comment.
yeah, we
Right.
have some good ratings. So
Hmm.
yeah, we're excited to be back recording with you guys. And
And subscribe though. Subscribe so that you can get those messages when we have new episodes. Join us on Instagram and Facebook.
on Instagram and Facebook, I'm Con Amor, your therapist friend. And right there, you'll be updated with the new episodes and when we're going to upload it and stuff. So, yeah, you'll get to see stuff there.
Until next time, thank you very much. Con amor, your therapist friend, Nenia.
And your therapist friend, Sonia. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.